Well, hello and welcome to Restaurant Video Marketing. I'm Jerry Dukoski. Thank you for joining on this very special episode where we're going to look on how you can create your own video ad for your restaurant. Okay, so we've got a lot of things to discuss, so get that pen and paper out or your notepad and start making some notes because some real gold nuggets here for you to really get you going and getting your video on Facebook, and then start generating all those new customers that are going to be knocking on your restaurant door waiting to get in there, right? Okay, so let's start with the equipment first. Okay, so at the moment I'm using, right in front of me here is my iPhone, my XS Max or whatever it is. It's a great iPhone, but you'll find that most smartphones will take some great video. So it's very important. You don't need any type of equipment, but your iPhone can certainly do it for you. The most important thing is, apart from the visual, is the audio. So make sure if you're going to use a smartphone that you've got some good quality external microphones to use. All right, now the trick is to get the microphone as close to the source or your sound source in order to get the maximum quality in your audio. Right, so if I have a microphone where my smartphone is, there's a long distance between that and my mouth, so any noise between us will be captured by the microphone. So you want your microphone as close as possible to the source, which is usually the mouth. Now in this case, I've got a little lapel mic, a Sennheiser microphone that's right on there. It's a lavalier or lapel microphone, and it's right here near the mouth. So there's not a lot of noise that can get between my mouth and the microphone, so the quality of the audio is going to be quite good. So that's very important, good quality audio, particularly if you're getting testimonials, all right? You don't want testimonials that people can't hear, all right? So that's rule number one, make sure the microphone, and preferably use an external microphone as close as possible to the source of the audio. Okay, now I don't actually use the smartphone when I'm actually doing a video ad for the restaurant. What I do actually use is a little video camcorder like this. This is a Canon 4X400. This is a beauty. I love this, absolutely love this camera. The image quality is absolutely brilliant. I mean, it's unbelievable. Now, why I like it, because obviously the visual is excellent. It also uses an XLR connection to a microphone. Again, this is an external microphone. It's not part of the camera. This is a Rode mic, and it's called a shotgun microphone. Now, a shotgun microphone means that it only captures sound that's in front of the camera. This is ideal when I'm getting a testimonial for a customer inside a restaurant. Now we know restaurants are very noisy. Everyone's chatting, and there's a buzz all around the restaurant. But this will only capture sound in front of this microphone, so that's what's called a shotgun. So I point it to the person I'm obviously getting a testimonial from, and this will pick up just that person speaking. So great microphone to have, and it has like an XLR connection, which is a professional audio connection, right? So this is a high quality audio. As I said, audio is probably more important than the actual visual of a video. If they can't hear, then they're not going to watch your video, but they can put up with sort of average visual. But this camera really does give a great visual, and what I really love about it is that it's small enough so it's portable, so I can walk around, I can take whatever shots if I want in the video in the restaurant. And some restaurants are small, they're tight, you don't have a lot of room, so this one's very practical. And as I said, just delivers brilliant images, really brilliant images. And what I also love about this is that it has a stabilizer, and the stabilizer, I've actually tried this out. I'm actually running down the street with this on, with the stabilizer on at max, and it's like I'm floating. It's like the camera's absolutely floating through the air. Okay, it's not getting the up and down, up and down. So stabilizer's brilliant. So this is perfect. I can walk around for an hour around the restaurant, taking shots here, shots there. Very practical, and I do recommend if you get a good quality camcorder. But as I said, you can use the iPhone, but definitely get an external microphone because audio is so vitally important. All right, just remember that. All right, so that's that. Okay, so there it is. It can also do 4K video, which is very important. Okay, so that's the visuals and the audio out of the way. Now what I also use is this. This is my special magic trick. Okay, here it is. And here it is. Now, make sure everything's fine. Okay, so what I've got here, the bottom here is a tripod, and I use Manfrotto tripods. I think they're the best. I really think they're the best. All right, so now the important thing with a tripod is that it's going to be very solid. Now, you want it light, so you can put it anywhere you like, but it needs to be very solid, right? You don't want it shaking around, like I'm really shaking around here. And this is very adaptable because the 3 legs that you can change. You can put this on stairs, on these stairs, and you can actually get it perfectly level. It's got a level machine there. So that's really handy when you're doing food shots. All right, so you just want to get close up food shots. You don't want to shake. You don't want to have it all over the place. You want to put it onto a tripod. Now I get all the food shots before the restaurant opens. So I do all that before then. You might be wondering, what's this on top of this tripod? Well, this is a slider, so it's a really, again, a good device. What I do, get my camcorder, put my camcorder on here. I can screw it on there, and what happens? I can get a shot and just slide it across there. This will attach there, and just slide that across. And it's a beautiful instrument to use, because what it does, it gives you this beautiful sliding shot. Now I happen to love moving cameras. I really happen. I love the movement of the camera sweeping through the restaurant, and that's what this allows you to do. Rather than sort of pan with your hand, you can just put with a camera on top here. You just slide along here. It's beautiful, smooth, and you can keep the camera on the food as you're going through there, which really just gives a nice professional, high quality video that you want to show your potential customers. So obviously you don't need that. You need a tripod. You don't need an expensive camcorder. You don't need an expensive shotgun microphone. As I said, you can do it with exactly what I'm doing right now, is on my smartphone and an external microphone, and that does the trick. Okay, so as far as lights, I don't use lights. Again, that's why it's important that if you've got a good quality camcorder, it's very important, because this has got a large sensor, so it can adapt to different lighting conditions. You can actually use manual mode and get the really perfect shot using whatever lights around. So the restaurants are going to have different types of lights. You'll have really hot, white lights. You'll have yellow lights. You'll have candle flames, which is a red light. So it's got all these different colors of white colors and warm and cold colors, and that can really confuse the camera. So you can turn it to manual mode and just be able to get the perfect shot. Okay, so that's all the equipment I use. So as I said, you can just use minimal amount of equipment, or you can get right in it like me and get all the equipment and really make it a top quality video. Okay, so that's the production side of it. So now we're going to look at and talk about what do you do in the video? What's the purpose of the video? So the video actually sits on top of the restaurant sales funnel. All right, that means this is where the first time we're going to make contact with your potential customers. All right, at this stage, these potential customers don't know we exist. All right, they're unaware of who we are. So we're going to put our video in front of them. These are our ideal customers. All right, so they're not Groupon customers. They're not from elsewhere. These are our ideal customers. Right, we're going to target them, and they're usually going to be in your local area, but you should look at where your customers are coming from, or what postcodes, what zip codes you're using, and find out where they are, and that's where you want to target your video ad to. Right? And Facebook obviously can do that for you. So once you target your audience, you want to what we call pre-frame your restaurant. Now your video is going to have a special offer. Now I call this the Godfather offer. A Godfather offer is an offer that's too good to refuse. Okay, so that's your Godfather offer. So it can be a really great offer, and I do recommend that you do have a Godfather offer, because if you're giving an offer such as please come to our restaurant and get a free piece of garlic bread, or we'll give you a free chocolate, mint chocolate after your meal. I mean, if you're going to do a video ad, you're going to spend some money on that, and I'll go through all that in a moment. You don't want to waste it with a dud offer. All right, the offer has to be irresistible, and you can do an irresistible offer because you're using the restaurant sales funnel, which goes through a whole process where the profit will be at the back end of the funnel. So you can spend more money at the front of the funnel to get the customer into your restaurant, and you're going to get that money back plus profit if you use the restaurant sales funnel. Now, if you want to know more about the restaurant sales funnel, you can actually download a free PDF. I did it in one page to make it as easy as possible. You can download that at vimico.com.au restaurant sales funnel. And you have to pronounce it this way. Funnel, all right? Funnel, all right? So vimico.com.au/restaurant sales funnel. Okay. So you get that, and they'll give you the whole big picture of the funnel. Obviously, I can't put everything on it because it'll be, probably 100 pages. And if I gave you a PDF with 100 pages, 99.9% of you will never read it, so it's not going to be worth anything. So I put it all on one page, so it really gives you a good outline of what the restaurant sales funnel is. So it always starts off with that video ad right at the top of the funnel. So we're pre-framing the restaurant. Now, talking about the video ad, what needs to be going into that video ad? Let me say there's two things that need to be there. One is the offer. We talked about the offer. There has to be a Godfather offer. Now, the offer is what we call an extrinsic value. All right, so you're adding extrinsic value to your potential customers by having a great offer. Right? By extrinsic means an external reward. All right, so if I go to this restaurant, I'm going to get this special offer. Right? So it could be half price, buy one get one free, get a free dessert, free appetizer, whatever it is. It's an external reward for you to go to the restaurant. Now that's like Groupon or other stuff like that. But again, we're not targeting Groupon audience. Groupon audience are the customers of Groupon. We're going to attract your ideal customers, your restaurant's ideal customers. Okay. Now, the other value is what we call intrinsic value. We want to add intrinsic value to your video ad. So what does that mean? Intrinsic is an internal feeling. So we want to get that feeling that you have when you're watching this video ad, thinking, geez, I'd love to go to that to that restaurant. So you're watching the ad, you're watching the beautiful food, so you want to show the food in all its glorious glory and really make it really appetizing. So you want to show your best signature meals, and you want to show those that are profitable, right? So those more expensive stuff that you've got there. So they go to your restaurant and say, look, I saw the video, it had this beautiful meal. What was it? I want it. So they don't even look at the menu, they don't look at the price, they want it because they saw it in the video ad. That's what we want to do. And what we call it with the more intrinsic value is a feeling people have about the restaurant, right? So they see the restaurant, they think, oh, this is beautiful. Oh, look at the service, look at the food, look the you can see the atmosphere, and they think, I want to be there, right? So they don't know what the menu is, they don't know anything, but they have that intrinsic feeling about it, right? So that's very important to have that in the video ad. If it's just purely the offer only, then you become a commodity, right? It's all based on price. So they're going to judge your restaurant by price, and let me tell you, there will always be someone else who's going to have a cheaper price than you, right? So, that's a poor strategy. Having low price is not a marketing system, right? You want to use the sales funnel to do that for you. Okay, so as we said, you've got that feeling and look of the video. Now, this video is going to do a lot of things. Now, how long should this video be? 15 seconds. Yes, 15 seconds is going to show all of this in 15 seconds. Now, as they say, look, if you've got a great, look, let me give you an example. Okay, just imagine if you have, an idea. Someone wants to write this idea on paper, right? They may take a whole page to get that idea across, right? So it's taking a page to write an idea. A very good writer might be able to get the same message across in just one paragraph. In just one paragraph, we can get the whole thing across there. That's a very good writer. Now, a great writer can even do better. They could do it in just one phrase. like, just do it. Right? Something as simple as that gives everything, tells you everything, right? Just do it. Okay. Now, there are plenty of slogans, I'm sure you know all of them, but to get to just one little phrase, very simple phrase, can be extremely difficult to do it properly. And that's what we want to do with a video. We want the video ad as condensed as possible, so that in 15 seconds you've got the whole thing. So we start off generally with the brand story of the restaurant, right? This is the story, you know, and maybe why did you start the restaurant? What is the purpose of the restaurant? Who's it serving, right? So I like to come in before people come into the restaurant. I get in there and I talk to the chef or the owner of the restaurant, and I try and find out their story, and it may be only just one or two sentences, all right? And that's all it may be. And you know, while they're actually telling a story, you might show B-roll. B-roll is why you're hearing audio of someone talking, you're actually showing visuals of the restaurant, right? It's because it's important for people to understand where does a restaurant position itself, and that helps. And you can do that with your brand story, right? So we work on a brand story, we get that out there, and we use what's called the USP, the unique selling proposition, which makes you stand out from all the other restaurants, all right? So you need to work on that, be very unique, stand out from the crowd, be different. And we show this right at the beginning of the video. Now we capture the audience's attention by starting with a story. And the story comes from as I said, the restaurant owner or the head chef or whoever it is, starts telling us a story about the restaurant. And that immediately brings in the audience to listen to what the story is. And then we can get visual shots of the chef's cooking. We can get the food, some beautiful shots of the food to make it really appetizing, make them really want to go to your restaurant. And then we've got we talk then to the customers, and the customers are telling their audience how good the restaurant is. And let me tell you, nothing beats we're talking about real customers who get in front of the camera and say, I love this restaurant, you know, and they're passionate about it. And that comes across the screen, and you can't fake it. I mean, I've got, the people, the fans of a restaurant is what sells a restaurant, and that builds the trust. And it's essential that, people who don't know you develop some sort of a trust and say, well, these people really love this restaurant. Let's go. And that builds that trust level, and you need to get that trust level. So with the video ad, we've already created awareness. So the awareness we exist, we create the trust through the testimonials. And then the value. This is the third reason why people buy from us, is the value. What is the value? What's the value you're offering? And that's your special offer. If you use a Godfather special offer, they will come. Those three things done in 15 seconds. It's possible. I want you to do it. Now, why 15 seconds? Because you want people to watch the whole video ad and want more, okay? You don't want a video like this one going on and on and on and on, right? You want to finish up really quick. But very important video. Keep it 15 seconds, and you can show it anywhere you want, Facebook, Instagram, and wherever, and it'll be shown, and it will be successful. Now, obviously, you have your offer there, you have your branding as well, and very important with the video is that we're going to optimize it for mobile devices, all right? So most people will be watching video on their smartphone, so the video has to be absolutely optimized for mobiles, and that means it needs to be square. Square really fits takes more of the real estate of the iPhone rather than the sort of skinny landscape where they have to flick it over to watch the whole thing. They're going through the news feed. They're not going to keep turning around the video to watch turn their iPhones there or smartphones to watch a video. So you want the video to appear, and it needs square. Square will take as maximum amount of space on the smartphone. So that's the first thing. Second is you want it short. We talked about short, just 15 seconds. And the third one is silent. Yes, silent. Your video has to work in silent mode. Most people watch videos in silence. So your video really must use. So use captions and really focus on visuals. Let the visuals tell the message. All right? Visual tell the message. All right? That's what you got to focus on. And whenever someone speaks, such as a testimonial, make sure you've got text there, so text caption, so people can read that and understand what is going on. All right, so there you are. We talked about the equipment you need for your a video ad for your restaurant. And we talked about the strategy, intrinsic, extrinsic. We talked about how to optimize it for mobile devices, and really just pre-framing your audience before they actually go to the restaurant. Because at this stage, they don't know who you are, and now they know all about you. And we want to create that design. That design comes from the offer, a great offer, but also, and I think more importantly, comes from the feeling they have inside about this restaurant. Wow, this looks like a great restaurant. I want to go there. I want to enjoy it. It looks good. It feels good. Once you get that happening inside your target audience, you're in. Okay, as long as you deliver on the promise. I've got to say that. Deliver on the promise. Make sure they have a great time at your restaurant, and then that's the first stage of the sales funnel. There's more to come later there. So as I said, download the sales funnel and use it for your restaurant. All right. Let me know if you got any questions. I'll be happy to answer it. Okay. This is Jerry Tikoski saying bye for now.